Kamunabi Honbu.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Kamunabi Headquarters, episode 4.
Yes,
Where we
4.
talk about
Or
episode 4. I had to think about it there for a second. We're going to talk about chapter 78 of Kagurabachi today. 179. Oh, geez, I'm falling apart.
It is.
Help me, guys.
It is 79. I didn't even catch that.
yeah,
Oh,
I didn't catch
man.
it the first time either.
How are you guys today?
I'm doing well. I mean, just ready to talk about this chapter of Kagurabachi, which is a really good one. So, yeah.
Boy, is it. Oh, my God.
I'm doing good too. Always ready to talk about Bachi.
Always ready to talk about the bocce. Okay, let's just start off by saying that, the Traitor Theory is starting to hold more and more stock, and it's making me mad.
You know, I came in, I said it's not your short guy. I said it's, as we will learn his name this time, which is Kudo, which I will ask you now, what does that mean in Japanese?
So his name is actually not as interesting as most characters' names in series. It just means, so the character for Ku just means ward, like a ward, like a warding spell, you know?
Yeah.
And then the other character means hall, like a grand hall.
Yeah, to be fair,
So,
it's not as interesting, but it may work into his power, like he may have some, like, warding spell or something. We'll just have to see, but no, it's just, I find the way he acts very interesting in this chapter, from starting off in this whole idea of, like, hey, I want to help you out, Hakuri, we're going to do all this various stuff, I'm going to lead you around. And also, if you'll notice, this guy is also very short. I mean, you can see it in the bottom panel of page 1 here. He's a short guy, and I don't know if he's just, like, hunchbacked over or, like, what he looks like under his sort of cloak he's wearing. But it's just very interesting to be like, okay, like what's this guy's whole deal? And I still think that he's the traitor.
He is absolutely a tiny guy.
Were we accusing the wrong gremlin?
I think we were accusing the wrong gremlin now.
To be fair, I'm not completely switching yet. I'm not completely switching. Because
Okay,
honestly...
Go ahead.
So I was gonna say, okay, so yeah, it's a little suspicious. But honestly, at first, I didn't even, like, clock it as suspicious. I was just like, oh, he's, like, helping Hakuri, you know? And then everyone pointed out, like, that kind of puts him in a vulnerable situation, and it's like, okay, yeah, so maybe you're right. We'll see, I guess. I think your reasoning is becoming more sound, for sure.
No, that's my number one goal, is to be like, hey guys, let me move you over to the side that Kudo's a traitor, and then whenever it's revealed that Gremlin is, I can be like, guys, see what I've done here? I have switched your minds, I did it the wrong way, this is my one goal here.
It was reverse psychology.
No,
like...
But then,
I mean,
if
like...
it does turn out to be Kudo, I'll look so much cooler, you know?
True. That's
Man,
why,
watch.
you know, I'll keep all of my stocks into OG Gremlin.
OG Gremlin?
And then it can be a battle of, like, okay, so he stuck to his wits, I stuck to mine. And then if you win...
Well, okay, so I can kind of see, like, you know what, like, I might just fully switch over at this point in my theory. Because it would just make sense. I mean, why is he showing up to tell Hakuri that they need him? You know, out of all people, and like the Hishaku, Yura himself was like, we can't invade the Kamunabi headquarters without an enchanted blade. Yet he completely switched up his plan.
And that
And
is
now
the whole idea, is that Hakuri is supposed to be going after the Shinuchi. So it could be the whole thing of where, oh, he's going to go transport the Shinuchi, do all of this. And also, Kudo's wording in this chapter was a little funny. Let me just find it. Hakuri's pretty much like, hey, I can still be useful, please take me there. And he's like, hey, the enemy's here and all of that. And Kudo just says, like, no, just take it easy again, which is honestly a really funny character trait to be just like, hey, no, everything's gonna be okay, take it easy. But Kudo just says, like, hey, don't you realize where we're at? And from what I can tell, he's just talking that they're on a lower level of the Kamunabi Headquarters. But still, I wonder what Kudo fully means by that. Like, we're in a protected area, or... I'm just trying to figure out that line from Kudo, because, like, on one hand, it could be like, yeah, don't you know where we're at? We're approaching our enemies, so you can transport and deploy. Like, it's all interesting.
Yeah, well, I'm a little worried, though, that, like, Hakuri's going to put the Shinichi in the storehouse, and then Shaku are going to grab him or something, and it's just going to be pain. You know?
I mean, yeah, he will be target number 1 if that does happen. I mean, he's got the blade.
And I'm so scared.
And that's why I'm a little worried that you might just be right.
I fear so much for him. Because if he actually teleports that shit, they're gonna... Oh my gosh, they're gonna try to strike him down on sight. And it's just like, no. That's my son. They can't do that to me.
But that's the other thing. If Hakuri's got it in the storehouse... They can't kill him. They can torture him, sure, but Hakuri has that lifeline of it's in his liminal space or whatever it is, right? Like, nobody's getting to him.
Oh boy, it would be painful to watch, though. Just say that.
Yeah, no, I don't want to see him even get a finger laid on him in a torturous way, because his brother literally did that his whole life. They whip out that potato peeler again, and I'm gonna jump into the pages and fight them all.
You know, at that point, I might just stop reading Kagurabachi. I thought you heard it here first, folks. If they hurt my boy Hakuri, I'm just retiring.
You're stopping.
I know that a popular theory online is that Soya ended up joining up with the Hishaku in some sort of way, and that would be the perfect, just like, oh, who's going to be the one torturing Hakuri for information on the Shinichi and the Hishaku area? Oh, it's Soya. That would just be, like, great writing, but also terrible writing.
Perfect. I would die.
No, like, yes, it would suck. It'd be terrible for Hakuri. It'd be terrible for all these characters. But, like, the writing, it would be there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, so Azami, guys. I think it's time we glaze the goat.
Woo!
Azami.
Woo!
Who, the Shigyu brothers?
Right. I think we can all fully agree that Azami is not the traitor.
Oh, not Shigyu brothers. Okay, thanks for the clarification.
That was really good.
They are not the goats. They are dead.
So true.
They are smashed into the pavement like ants.
Yeah. Yeah, like their heads are like off their bodies in a crater.
I'll give that to you, alright?
From assault and battery.
From assault and battery. I honestly kind of lost my shit a little bit. He didn't even use sorcery, I don't think.
No, he doesn't.
He just... Yeah, like, he does have a sorcery. We have seen bits and pieces of it, you know what I mean? But, like, we've never seen it in action. If he just one-tapped these guys, it was incredible.
Yeah, no, he does. He just, like, grabs his fists, and I think I saw some people online saying that, like, he probably uses, like, that spiritual energy to sorcery. I forget the term that they're using in this series for it, being that every series has, like, a different way they explain it. But, like, just, like, the spiritual aura around them pretty much sort of heighten his abilities, pretty much, is what I saw a lot of people talking about online in the days after the chapter dropped. Like, that was his way he was doing all of this, which never gets explained, but I guess it makes enough sense.
In my eyes, he is still proficient and a master with an unknown sorcery. We have no idea what it is yet. All we saw was just him cave two dudes' heads in with ease.
Now, this may be me remembering it wrong, but what was the lightning stuff that he was messing with in the first chapter that he appeared in? Number 7 or number 8, whichever one that was.
It was 7, and the thing is, that's what makes me want. Unless there's another moment where his sorcery is brought up. But
There is. It's right. It's right when the bead guy is about to kill Chihiro when he's in handcuffs. He uses it again, so he does have
okay,
swords.
okay, because in chapter 7, the bolt stuff is there, but then Chihiro says like, oh, like he hasn't even used sorcery.
Yeah, I think he was
So
about to use sorcery
okay,
because the one guy who ran away, Azami was like, "Oh, hey, you're pretty good." That's why
yeah,
he had the bolt out in the first place. He was about to use it.
true. Okay,
But it just
that's
So
so
makes
he got
true.
me, gosh, just
right.
wondering what his power is. Like, how does the lightning move into it? Like, is it just like something where he's like conducting particles down like spiritual paths or whatever? But like, if that's not a sorcery, then could anybody do that? It's just I'm just a little interested in like the mechanics of that.
Well, I almost wonder if it's like a blue flame, kind of, because you for some reason I get the idea that there's a bolt of energy in between his fingers is blue. But you see the
I
scene
also
with
get that it's blue.
I do too.
yeah. You ever see the scene, or you see the scene though, where he's smashing Shigyu brother number one's head into the ground, and he's like exploding in flames. Damn near, it looks like.
Let me go back. Yeah. I mean,
So
I can sort of see that.
yeah. So I almost wonder if it's something like that. Maybe I don't know.
It would just be cool if Azami sorcery was just like big bolts of electricity, though. Honestly, I sort of hope that that is just what it is, and we sort of just got like a small sneak peek of like that maybe leaking through, and Izami wasn't really paying attention to it or something. But who knows?
Well, I mean, I will say that there is nothing more assault and battery like than a lightning strike. So
Yeah, and in all fairness, we'll probably find out next chapter whenever he goes up against the samurai dude.
dude, that guy looks so crazy. I don't even know, like, I don't even know what to think of that dude. Like, he's just so out there looking, and he's hitting the pose too. He's hitting the copy pose.
Yeah, he really is just going, huh, this looks like it's gonna be an interesting one today.
Yeah, he looks so done with his shit. He's like, man, I've been doing this for 70 years. When can I retire? That's what he looks like.
He's like, we killed Roku here 3 years ago, and now we're back doing all of this. Like, come on.
Getting kind of the same aura as like the ghost from Sakamoto days.
I haven't read Sakamoto Days.
I haven't read it either. I started watching the anime and then I stopped because I didn't like it that much.
Sakamoto
Oh,
Days is
well.
one of the few things I don't read out of Jump.
Can't spoil it then, because you might read it eventually.
Maybe. We'll see.
Perchance.
Maybe.
But,
Okay, let's see.
no, hold on. Back
Pulling
to
up
all the
chapter
Azami
now.
stuff. How is Azami
Yeah.
dealing with Samurai Guy? Because my theory, personally, is that he is going to lose this fight. Like, he is going to scrape by. He's still going to be in the series, but it's going to be one of those things where, like, he is hurt very, very badly. But what do you guys think about this? Because I legitimately don't think that Izami has any hope of beating this guy.
Really?
Yeah.
You
The
Just
king
might
of
be
assault
wrong.
and battery? I think he's got it.
But this is one of the guys who raided Rokuhira's house, stole all of the blades, did all of that. And as we learn in this chapter, 10 seconds.
10 seconds? Yeah, I mean, like,
seconds.
okay, but like, we don't know how good of a fighter Kunishige was. And it
This
was
is
like a
true.
sneak attack.
But also, it's, 10 seconds. If you just, like, go and knock somebody in the back of the head, then just go run into their basement and steal their property, they're not going to be able to do much about that in 10 seconds, you know?
Yeah. So I think
Okay, so,
Azami's
like-
got it. I have faith in my mans.
I have this genuine feeling that Kunishige was actually like somewhat of a good fighter for some reason.
I
He
feel
had
like
to
he
have
had
been.
to have been.
He had to have been. First off, we don't know if he contracted with N10 before Chihiro did. We have no idea.
Yeah, completely fair.
Because I mean, who knows? He could have like opened the contract with N10 to try and defend him and his son. Which imagine that's a pretty intense 10-second battle.
The
But I
12
also,
That's
second
like some.
showdown has some competition.
That's like that. Yeah, that's like Sojo level of.
you
What do you
think
call
12
it?
second? Cool, we got 10-second for you.
Right, right. And you think Chihiro cool? How about Chihiro's dad? Yeah,
Yeah,
Let's
daddy.
go!
yeah.
We repping Roku Hero around here!
Goku Hero. Man.
And
Okay,
I feel
I
like I
need
feel
this.
like he probably could fight considering like I mean he would at least have to have some type of skill. Maybe not as much as like Azami and Shiba. Not that we've seen Shiba do much, but just an inkling, Um
I would
I
assume
feel
that
like
he has some kind of sorcery.
exactly considering that Shiba and Azami are monsters, I feel like Kunishige would have to have some type of fighting ability, like at least a little bit. Like just you know what I mean? You make those swords kind of got to walk the walk, I guess, you know what I mean? Not that he wielded one, but just like I feel like he would have been taught since he was like working with the government and like Kamunabi and I guess not Kamunabi at the time, but still um since he was working with them for making the swords and stuff, I feel like they at least would have taught him how to fight a little bit. And I mean, obviously, him being able to control the Dayton Seki and like wield it into so mold it into swords. Wield is not the right word. I feel like that in itself has to be a sign of strength, even though we don't know exactly how he was able to do that.
Well,
But I
also,
feel
No.
like since it was 10 seconds and it was just like, well, we don't know if Kunishige could fight, and then I just did a whole explanation of why I think he could. I feel like they truly just caught him off guard.
well, I
Yeah,
think there's
probably.
two things to break down of that. Number one is the whole idea of Kunishige also supposedly has this just idea known as like the Rokuhira eye. So like he probably could pick up like fighting and that sort of thing from Shiba and Azami pretty quick just by like seeing what they were doing, helping out with all of that. So I'm sure that we could also he could have gained some of those abilities. But I also think it really depends on what his natural sorcery was, and I'm honestly probably leaning in the camp that Kunishige's sorcery was probably something non-offensive, but he really wanted to help out his friends in the war and everything, and that's why he ended up creating the blades, was for that purpose of I can't fight, but I can make something to help you all fight. And I think that's probably how we're going to end up whenever we get the whole, this is Kunishige's whole deal.
Oh yeah, see, I had this idea that maybe it was like something along the lines of like Hunter x Hunter, where some people have men abilities that are specifically, fit their passion instead of just like they're not all just combat abilities, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
sort of like,
there's
there's some quirks in My Hero Academia like that. Like, not all of them are meant for battle, some of them are just like, good for everyday life sort of deal.
right. I'd love it when artists with their characters' abilities like that. It's very what's the word for it? Very I don't know, it just adds kind of like a unique twist on stories that you don't see very often. It's shown in battle anime and manga.
And to be fair, I don't think we've seen anything like that, like just like a typical everyday sorcery power in Kagurabachi. I mean, I'm trying to
No,
think through
not
here,
really.
because I mean, like, we don't really know what was up with like the whole ice lady that was part of Hakuri's backstory, but like, that didn't seem like it was like
We
helping
know.
out with everyday life, so it's like, huh.
Right, we,
That
we
wasn't sorcery, is it? I thought it was like her skin. She was kind of like
yeah, that was an
Oh,
innate like
was
an
it just her
innate
skin? Okay.
yeah, it was kind of like the Kiyonagi, except like a different race
yeah,
of people, I think.
I
we know
see.
some people have special physical powers in the series. So like Fionagi have their regenerative abilities. Whatever clan she was a part of has their icy skin. So like there's sorcery in this world, and then there's also like
Traits or something like that.
almost along the same lines as like mutations from X-Men or something like that. You know what I mean?
I see. Yeah, I simply thought it was like a sorcery power that was just like sort of went rampant a little bit and was like not able to control. But that also doesn't make a lot of sense. Thanks for that clarification.
Yeah, I mean that's just kind of how I saw it. I could be wrong.
No, but no,
Don't know
thinking
yet.
back to all of those chapters, it seems like, yeah, that's definitely right, because, like, I don't know, it seems right, I'll trust you on that one, you know?
Right. I love this little humanizing thing that Hokazono does, where he introduces a rando character for no reason that has no relevance to the story, and he just makes them the most human character he possibly can.
It's even funnier because we don't get his name, which makes me feel like he's either going to show up again, or he's never going to show up again.
It's exactly well, and like
Then you never
love
know.
that. I love that part where he's like, "I felt relief. My nephew's killers just spared my life." And like that little bit of disgust alone is just like the little bit of disgust of him thinking of his nephew made them realize exactly where he was and how many people needed it.
And to be fair, it really does a good job at just building up the Shyu brothers here in these, like, what, 5 pages or something like that. It makes them seem like, oh, they are a big deal, only for Azami to come in and say, no, I don't want my gloves on today, I just want to, like, feel their blood on my hands and just go through and absolutely wail on these two. Like, it really sets it up, and it makes a very nice payoff at the end of the day of, like, oh yeah, these guys are supposed to be so, so scary. Oh, look at that. Izami is the scary one at the end of the day. Yeah.
Okay, let's be real here, though. When I saw that the one Shikyu brother looked like a Temu version of Hisoka, I kind of knew, just knew that they were going to die.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm all
No, I
in
get
for
that.
just those characters who are just like just the Kagurabachi villain of the week people who just show up and get absolutely obliterated in a chapter.
Who's getting decapitated this week?
Yeah, it's like it's one of my favorite things about Kagurabachi is just that Hokazono can bring in all these interesting character designs and be like, all right, who are they dying to this week? And I'm just happy to see that back and not just like, oh, it's all the Hishaku, we got to build them up slowly. Yes, it's a good thing to do, but I also just like, yeah, we're just gonna put an axe in this guy's head today and call it a week, you know?
Call it a week, right? I love that scene where Azami though is like, I'll do this without gloves. Like he's so
No, I
pissed.
know. Oh my gosh, she's so cool. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna do my hand, my, I have not gotten enough sleep, so I'm struggling with words here. I'll just say assault and battery again. I'm gonna do my assault and battery executions barehanded. Like he
Right.
ate that. I'm not gonna lie.
It almost makes me
He's so goofy.
wonder like how much damage he's gonna do to his hands in this fight.
I don't know if he cares.
Ah, shit, I wouldn't care. But I mean, I love the way he got hurt in like chapter 4. He didn't even notice. He punched
Yeah,
a dude so hard that he didn't even notice he had destroyed his hand.
I think his hand got like stabbed, I thought, didn't it? Unless I'm wrong. But no, yeah, no. It doesn't matter. His hand got damaged and there was
Alright, hold up, I'm gonna check my volume.
like, it's like light work, no reaction, and then Chihiro's like, "Oh, your hand's bleeding," and he's like, "Gah!" Like he was so
Dude,
funny
yeah,
for
no, I
that.
love that
him.
scene. Love that scene so much. Well, and then I love how in literally the very next panel, he's got the biggest hand wrapping ever. It's like layers upon layers. Like, dude, it looks like he's wearing one of those foam finger hands from baseball games.
Oh, jeez. No, look.
You alright, Glow? You said you had to check your volume?
Yeah, I pulled up my volume. It literally just looks like Azami punches the guy too hard, and that's like it doesn't look like his
So I
hand
was
got
wrong.
stained at
Okay.
all. It just looks like he punched something, and that's
Well,
In Punch Light.
I'm stupid and a fake Azami fan. Clearly, ignore me.
I
Yeah,
have to
me
say
too.
one thing.
I'm not.
I want to see Azami's original design again. I want to see him wearing those clothes, the long sleeves with the striped, and then like this card shirt over it with the zipper.
Yes.
It's such a good design, and nowadays, like, his Kamunabi attire looks cool, but his original design looks so much cooler. It makes him just seem like more of just a random dude and makes him seem cooler whenever he goes through and punches all of these people.
Oh yeah, I like his civilian design for sure. I love that. I just love that stripe or button-down shirt or whatever. Perfect.
I call it the pocket shirt, and I
The
think it's
pocket
just
shirt.
so goofy. Because to me, Mr. Assault and Battery is a goofy man to me,
He
and so
is.
just the pocket shirt, the like slanted zipper that's too far to the side, and then like the striped long sleeve underneath. I'm like, bestie, what is this fashion atrocity we are committing? And I want one, and I need one.
This fashion atrocity that we are committing. I need it.
Yeah, like I want one. Like, can they make this shirt? I want to get one.
Oh my god. Dude, Azami, honestly though, like he looks like a madman when he's fighting.
Yeah, just the tinge in his eyes makes me go like, yeah, you're a little unstable, but we'll still accept you around here.
Oh, he's insane. I went in a whole
People say-
ramble in my video that I made that I was like, I literally think Azami is off his rocker. Like, there's no way he's mentally stable. Like, they had an 18-year-old doing assault
he
and
has
battery
li-
executions.
And
And,
also, especially like,
like,
he is now fighting his best friend's killer. Like, this is
Yeah.
going to drive him off the deep end anymore.
yeah. No, I think he's actually crazy, I think.
Oh dude, yeah, he's been popping heads since the early Seitei War days, man. He's been out there in the shits, you know.
You know,
Been-
literally, he's a gloves off or on, who knows? Punching
Yeah.
people's heads in at
Like,
18 years
literally
old.
caving
Like,
literally caving in and exploding people's heads in. Like, I'm
yeah.
looking at this panel right now, like right after one of the Shigyu brothers is like, "Oh, don't worry, he's good. This one's worth our while." And then the very next panel is just him getting his face smashed into the ground.
Yeah.
Real quickly, what does the Shoshiro Azami mean in his name? Because I don't think we mentioned that yet, and that is like one of the bigger reveals of the chapters. Like, he's got a first name.
Okay.
Yes.
So, okay, so when this is an interesting one. So when all the leaks came out, every one of us who translated for the leaks translated it as Sojiro. So we literally
Oh.
translated it completely differently. Sojiro instead of Soshiro. And let's see, I have it. I'm looking at the translation now because it was an interesting one. Let's see. Okay. So Azami means thistle. We already talked about that one. So his surname Sojiro or Soshiro, whatever it is, together means something along the lines of son-in-law. But separately, each kanji means to play music.
That fits
To-
with.
Right. That's the first kanji. The so. The G kanji is to speak to a ruler or to complete, which those two things have nothing to do with each other, but that's what it means, I guess. And the third kanji. Oh no, I guess the second kanji. Oh, I was way wrong here. Okay. All right, I'll start from the beginning. First kanji means to play music, to speak to a ruler, or to complete. Second kanji means scholar or gentleman, or samurai. And the third kanji often means husband, man, son, or young man. Additionally, it can refer to an ancient Chinese title or be used as a term of endearment for a loved one. I had to look that one up. It was a little out there.
You know, the husband's actually because he is my husband. Did you know that? Fun fact.
You can't have two husbands, bitch. Choose.
Why not?
You get
I'm
one.
like Tengen.
No,
I'll have
because
3.
I get one of those. I get one of those hunks too. All right, so you choose which one you want, and I take the other one. That's how this works.
I'll let you guys
Oh,
fight
no.
over them. All right, I can be your custody lawyer. Like we can figure all this out.
Blow the custody lawyer.
Hey, I'll do the job if it's gonna show itself to me, you know.
Oh man.
But no, it's a very interesting translation on that. Like,
You know, son-in-law kind of fits though, and it makes me wonder. How he's related to Kunishige. Like, what if he's like, what if he wasn't like his friend growing up or anything like that? But what if he became friends with him through, say, like, Chihiro's mom? You know,
Oh.
he was a weird guy
Well, I
down the
still-
street. Everybody hated Azami until Kunishige was
Mr.
like, guys,
Assault and Battery.
maybe he's not so bad. Maybe we can bring Shiba. Let's go over and talk to him, make him part of our group.
Maybe we can fix him. Like,
Maybe we can fix him.
no,
Fix him.
I saw some people did math, and I mean, it could be wrong, but people were saying that I think the way the math works is that Azami actually would be a couple years younger than Shiba and Kunishige.
Yeah,
I just think that's
yeah,
interesting.
absolutely.
Because he's the baby of the
Although-
group. That's cute.
Yeah, I think he was probably the first one to join the Kamunabi, though.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
He seems the more like militaristic fight for my country type, you know.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Considering
till we
he's
get the
still with
flashback.
them. Oh,
Cal, that
oh,
was
I
a
know.
terrible time for
Oh,
you
I
to cut
know.
out halfway there.
I know, yeah, no, my computer randomly powered off.
Oh
Well, actually,
no!
my monitor just likes to turn off, like, for, like, 2 seconds.
Dude, mine does the same thing, except mine
And
will
it's
like just
annoying.
randomly block.
Eh.
I hate computer problems, guys. Don't you?
Oh, they're the worst. I hate them.
No problema de la computadora, por favor. Thank you. Okay. Just had to bust out some random.
You know, I
Espanol.
got all that. I got all that.
You got all that? All right.
I
Cool.
did. I took 3 years of Spanish in high school. Can't speak it whatsoever, but I can slightly understand it.
Let's
You
go.
can understand it slightly.
Yes.
That is kind of how I feel with Japanese right now. I'm getting there.
Better than I'm
Okay.
doing.
Should we hop off the ADHD train and hop back on track?
Let's get on the Azami train. Woo woo.
Yeah, let's do it.
Man, okay. I mean, we only have a couple more panels left to cover, anyways. You know what I mean?
True, yeah. There wasn't that much
I mean,
this
yeah,
chapter. Since
The thing is, like, a lot of this chapter was just broken up into like a few parts of like, hey, we've got this regular guy at the west branch of the Kabunabi, focus on him, and it's building up the Shigyu brothers, and then it's just Izami assaulting and battering people. So there really isn't too much to talk about with this chapter. I mean, there's still plenty, and it's very interesting, but there's not like a whole lot of like deep discussion agents to have, you know?
No, yeah, this is probably going to be a shorter video for sure. I love that panel of the dude with like the dreadlocks playing the shamisen.
Yeah, what is this music for anyway? Is it like just like to get Izami amped up ready to fight? Does it like boost his sorcery or like protection or something? Like, I can't wait to figure out what this music is for.
Yeah, I was really hoping that it was something along the lines of like Utihime or Gakuganji from JJK. Or like they have like music-based sorcery and it boosts the powers of the other people around them.
See, personally, I hope that it's not that, because I feel like power scalers will get annoying if it's like, well, the music boosts his power, so I hope that
music
it's literally
boosted
just for
Izami
vibes.
versus an OG young Kunishige with Chihiro on his team. Who's going to win here? I personally, so if we put like 4 music buffs on Izami, I'll stop there.
If you put like 4 music buffs on the top.
You know, I hope it's just like literally like Mm,
He just
he
has
wanted
to
to get
kill
hyped
for
up.
music.
Yeah, it's like hype him up, give him his boss music.
Yeah,
He just he
whenever
just has
we
to
commit
murder people.
assault, you just gotta put like the right tunes, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
He
It's like,
said
what
I need.
songs is Azami feeling today, Like,
He says I need the right music to commit war crimes with my fists too.
yeah, exactly.
This is what me, Shiba, and Kunishige did back in the day. We'd always put on the music while writing up our war crime drafts. Like, it's just what you do.
It's just what you do. Oh my
That
god.
flashback's gonna be fucking crazy.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, a Shiba Kunishige Azami flashback is gonna go so hard.
We're building it up. It's just going to be like, hey, they all went to high school together. They were part of a delinquent sword club. Oh no. It'd still probably
Right.
be good though.
Oh, and then
Azami was, well, you know what? 18. I guess it depends. How old are people in Japan in like their third year?
the third year of of high school.
Yeah,
I
it'd be like 17, 18, right?
Yeah, I think.
But I think they only do 3 years of high school instead
Yeah.
of 4 like America.
Yeah. So like, would Azami even have gone to school, or is he executioner fresh out?
It seems like he was an executioner fresh out. The timelines are lining up for that.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things. It's just really hard to tell if like we have legitimately so much limited information on these guys. Like we can still try to theory craft, but it's just like a lot of this we're just gonna have to just wait and see what we get later on. You know, I mean, yeah, it's one of those. It's just a really hard thing just to be thinking of. Like, hey, here's where all the timelines work. He was 18. Like, yeah, it's just really weird.
I'm excited for when we get it.
No, it's
I
gonna
want
be
the
great.
war flashback. Give it to me.
I want a goddamn flashback of the previous wielder of Cloud Gouger because you know he's going to be 10 times crazier with that sword than Sojo.
Yeah, Misaka, I think is what her name was. I got it written down.
Misaka.
Yeah, Misaka.
Misaka. Oh man. I really hope this whole thing with the Hishaku invading the headquarters is not just like a distraction to kill the other 2 sword bearers.
No, I think they have to have some relevance because like I think there's going to be the whole thing of like Kogiri has what is it, Subaru's blade, so it's like we've got to do a little bit of things there to like go through and like hopefully have some nice emotional payout where either Subaru dies or Hawker's able to get the sword back and he's able to cut down Kogiri or something like that. We're going to have something pretty cool, I think, with both of them, so I don't think they're dead quite yet.
Well, and I really hope that Chihiro like learns their sword styles too.
Oh yeah, collect them all.
Well, unless I interpreted this wrong, isn't Shiba and Hiyuki with the other sword bearers?
I think I interpreted it the same way. That could be so wrong, and we just don't know. But I'm pretty sure that's what Gremlin said he did with Shiba and Hiyuki.
I'm going back to read the last chapter.
You're going back to check out the last chapter.
Yeah, he says.
Fact-checking.
He says the Hishaku. I thought they were going to use Samura to hunt down the contract sword bearers first. That's why I assigned Shiba and Hiyuki to security. Yeah, that can be read. To be honest with you guys, I read that as that Shiba and Hiyuki are currently in the Kamunabi headquarters. That's how I read that personally. But no, it also makes perfect sense that they'd be protecting the other 2 bears too.
You know, that would probably be why the Hishaku are invading now, because I would be afraid. I would definitely be afraid of Shiba, but I would be much more afraid of being stepped on by Mommy Hiyuki, okay?
Well, the other idea is, too, like, how many Hishaku are actually here? Because, like, last time we got to the idea of, like, oh, there are 7 people here. In this chapter, we learned, like, 2 of those were the Shigyu brothers, which were just complete fodder. So, like, we know that the Hishaku here, we know that Yura is here, and we know that the, Samurai dude is here, which also leads me to believe that the other person who was at the Kunishige household there...
Shaku.
Yeah, whoever that is, we have no idea. they are there, and probably like one other fodder sorcerer or something, meaning that there's like the other 3 Hishaku members out in the world somewhere still.
Okay, and they're probably scoping out the places where they're hiding the last 2 sword bearers.
Because I'm pretty sure, as far as we know only know the design of one other Hishaku member besides for all the ones I've listed, and that's the guy who we've seen around with Hirohiko a lot, who's got the really long neck and like the jacket stitched all around it, which means there's still 2 Hishaku members who I don't think that we know who they are.
Jeanist.
He is the worst Jeanist.
Yeah, I've always called them Talo in my videos, just because like I don't know what else to call you right now until you get a name.
I'm gonna call him worst outfit in all of Kagurabachi. Let's
I
be
thought
real.
people actually called him Jeanist Toshaku. No, that's what I've seen.
Yeah,
is that what
they
call
literally call?
That's
yeah,
what
they
I've
literally
seen.
Call him worst. They call him worst Jeanist.
Interesting.
He is the worst Jeanist. Oh my god. He's got the oh my god, he's so ugly.
Is this
He's
a bad
so
time to
ugly,
say
oh my
it's
God.
an actually sort of cool design?
Yes, terrible time.
Okay.
I think it's kind of goofy. I don't think it's that bad.
It's
Oh, it
goofy,
isn't
it's
really
funny, that's what it
actually that
is.
He does seem like a very funny character, and he seems like the smart one too, because he had that little inner monologue where he's like, "We're getting the shit end of the stick here with this Samurai deal."
Yeah,
I just
we'll see where everybody, all the Hishaku members are.
I just looked up Jeanist Toshaku and it didn't show up.
Didn't show up. What did it show up with?
So,
Did it show up with
okay.
a little?
My monitor powered
little...
off again for a second. Sorry.
No, you're good.
His design is
show up with
definitely
a little-
interesting. I'll say that.
I just don't like his. I can't stand the way his legs look in those damn shorts.
Yeah, completely fair. I'll give it to you.
They're just so.
Wait, I can't see the
lanky.
shorts. Oh no.
Yeah, there's just one panel of him standing next to a vending machine with Hirohiko winning.
And he wears shorts?
Oh my god, and they're like the worst.
It should be like chapter number 48 or like 47 or something if we want to go check it out. No, it'd be 48.
Oh man, that is... Azami, I'm sorry for what I said about your fashion atrocity. I think we've had worse things committed.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god, those are atrocious. Oh god, that is bad. Oh man.
It's really bad, isn't it? Ugliest outfit in
You
all
know
of
what?
manga history.
But
Yeah,
I think
that's,
maybe
that's pretty. Oh gosh.
he's going for like small, short, big shirt kind of vibe with the boots. If a girl wore it, it would slay a little bit. So I guess I can forgive him a little bit. I think it doesn't help that the neck is ginormous.
No,
So then
I
he
was going to
just
say
looks-
the turtleneck kills it for me.
Yeah, the Jeanist mask and the big shoulder pads kill it. Because
Like,
honestly,
he's literally wearing jorts.
yeah, like thing is, he would be serving a little bit with like tall boots and shorts, like that kind of slays. But yeah, no, the neck kills it.
The neck kills it. Well, it makes me wonder what he's hiding wrong with his face.
This has gone so off topic. It's amazing.
Hey, this is
gosh.
the ADHD podcast of Kagurabachi. Okay,
It is. It literally is.
We mostly talk Bachi here. Sometimes we just get a little off track, Just,
I mean, I
just
think
a
we
little
covered
bit.
almost everything in this chapter. I mean, I think we got through
Yeah.
most of the points, which
Yeah,
is a
fair.
good thing.
Damn near. I will say one thing we did forget to talk about.
What is it?
So this whole thing about Hakuri's sorcery brain nodes.
Oh yeah, being
That's what they
repaired.
call
Yeah,
them
yeah.
Yes, the lobotomy was
only-
successful, guys.
The only reason it works, though, is because Hakuri is special, and he has the constitution for 2 sorceries.
Oh yeah,
Which
because
is-
they transferred some from.
From Iso into the
Yeah,
Storehouse, which is pretty cool. I like that. I
that
like
is
that.
cool.
What
My
I
son is so
really like the
special.
best is just the whole idea of like, hey, Hakuri, you've got your sorcery back, but if you overuse it one more time, then you're going to lose it totally. Which is one of my favorite parts of My Hero whenever Deku has to do that same thing and come to that same realization. And I love how we're also seeing it in Hakuri here right now. It's like, hey, you're still important, you still got so much to do, but overstep your boundary a little bit, and too bad, you know? Honestly,
Yeah,
it's so awesome. I
Quit
love it.
talking about My Hero. I still haven't read it or watched it.
You need to. It's good. Don't let any of the haters swallow you.
No, but yeah, no, I guess that is cool that we'd have to see Hakuri like adapt to that. I mean, when Deku had to adapt to that, it was actually pretty cool. I say actually because I don't think most things
I'm
in
not
that show
listening,
are.
not listening, not listening, not listening, not listening.
Yeah,
No,
we
it's
won't
okay.
say
I'm not
what
gonna
it
spoil
is.
anything.
Granted, Karasu, you left a comment on my video, and I said what it was in that video whenever I brought it up, so... Did you already get
Wait,
spoiled?
what was the... Okay. Yeah, just do it. I'll probably watch it
No.
here soon.
No, just... We won't say it right now, but it's... Just, he uses
Okay.
another way to attack instead of with his fist. I'll just put it that way.
Okay, well, I can't be the only one in here who hasn't seen My Hero Academia, so I will get caught up. And by the time the next episode comes around, when you guys start dropping references, I'll get it.
Oh, I only watched through. I watched like 3.5 seasons.
I'm feeling pain right now. It is like... Bro,
He's
the
like,
only
man,
reason
maybe
I am sitting
Season
here
4
right
is
now
so
talking
bad. I'm
Kagur-
sorry.
What do you mean?
He's like,
season
maybe I
4 is
should go
bad?
join the Hishaku.
Season 4 is bad. I like Kirishima and Tamaki, and like that's it.
Oh no, season 4's got my favorite villain with it. Whatever. Okay, we'll
Wait, who's your
Overhaul.
Oh, Overhaul?
Yeah, I love Overhaul.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I really like Overhaul. Probably not my favorite villain, but I think he's a cool guy. I really enjoy it. Okay, let's get off this topic so we don't spoil Karasu anymore. Needs to be our one mission. Don't spoil him.
Yeah, what the hell, guys? I'm not supposed to. I gotta plug my ears now whenever you guys talk about My Hero. I've just been avoiding it, to be
Like
honest.
spoil what? Nothing happened. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Right.
Pain,
I've kind of
pain.
just been,
Sorry.
been avoiding
But
My
I know, like,
Hero
the whole-
because, like... Sorry,
Dude.
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I kind of cut you off. You keep going.
Okay, so I've been kind of like avoiding My Hero because it honestly just doesn't seem that great to me.
That's
You're
where you're
right.
wrong.
I like how
You've
one
got
of you
two
is like,
devils on your shoulder right now. You're very two
I know.
different things.
like, neither of you is the angel on my right shoulder. You're both the devil on my left shoulder, and you're both telling me different things. And that is why I have ADHD and OCD. It's your guys' fault. I'll blame you.
Oh man.
That's what
Yeah.
a month of podcasting does to you.
True.
Just a month.
Just 4 episodes worth.
We need
True.
to make one of those meme videos where it's like one day after starting podcasting. Month after starting podcasting. And then like after the 1 year one, you're just like some decrepit old man, super skinny, like sitting in your room just typing really fast.
See what podcasting has done to me.
You know, the day I'm not gonna spoil anything, obviously, but I do know like basically everything that happens in My Hero Academia, despite stopping halfway through. And so the day the final, like the original final chapter came out, because leaks were at like 2 a.m. most of the time, or like sometime around that. And so one, those leaks going on at the same time as the JJK leaks was hilarious. But second, that was the day that I moved like 14 hours away from home. And so it was the day the My Hero Academia chapter dropped. And so literally for motivation to get up to like leave my house at 4 a.m., me and my sister were both like, oh man, in the morning we'll get to laugh at the My Hero fans.
Oh no, you're mean.
Hey,
We did.
I had to read that chapter before I got super spoiled on it because I'm like going through Twitter and I'm like, oh, what is all this? And I see like, oh, look at this final My Hero page, and I'm like, are you kidding me? So I had to go through. I had to actually seek out leaks for once to be able to read it before I got so spoiled on everything else. Not my proudest moment, but one I had to do, you know.
Oh yeah, no, and so what the funniest part is that Luffy stealing the Shonen Jump cover the day My Hero ended was so funny because it's like you've got Luffy dripped out. It's actually still my Spotify profile picture because he was just dripped out, and then literally like Deku in the back.
Yeah, it was one of the group covers, right?
Yeah, and it's like Luffy is big and greedy in the front and center.
I mean,
and then
we
you've
got
like
robbed of a Kagurabachi cover here a few weeks ago whenever it's like, hey, yeah, Golden Week's happening. Kagurabachi, you get the full double-page spread in the magazine, but you don't get the, but the magazine cover.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't Chihiro like playing video games in that one?
He was.
And we had like little.
He did.
Yeah,
Yes, he did get his little video game moment. Super cute.
We had like little 8-bit pixelated Kudo fish.
I find it funny that's the second time we've seen Chihiro be involved with video games.
Hey,
True.
listen, Chihiro's got to be a gamer. I can already tell. Like, why else would Shiba be so good if not for him constantly having to whoop Chihiro's ass in video games?
No, I see Shiba being good because he had to whip Kunishige's ass. Like,
True.
It was all definitely Kunishige's fault. That's why Chihiro would be good because of Kunishige. Like, it's nothing else.
Yes, actually, that makes so much sense considering.
I mean, just the fact
my
that
my monitor turned off again. Oh my gosh, no, but why does it do that? That's so annoying. No, but I totally think that Kunishige, like, that makes so much sense. Cause like he wasn't really like the housework cooking type of guy, and so it's like, let's play video games.
I imagine Chihiro washing the dishes in the background, like cleaning out the cups, going all around, and Kunishige's in the background, like, headshot, boom, look at that.
Well, see, I would think that if anyone would have beat Shiba in video games, it would have been Tafuku. But I think even Tafuku was like, oh yeah, this video game freak kept this up all night.
Like kept kicking our ass, yeah.
I don't imagine that's all Tafuku does while Hiyuki's fighting in his sumo ring. It's like he just breaks out the 3DS in his hands and just like, well, may as well kill some time, you know?
He's getting ready to get revenge on Shiba for beating him in all the other games.
Hey, that's what I would do.
That's what I would do. Is crazy.
Like, hey, mommy Hiyuki, you got this one right.
Oh gosh.
You don't need me. Sorcery's cast.
We've hit a standstill because if we're both fighting claim over Shiba, but then you said I couldn't have a second husband, you can't call Hiyuki mommy.
Hey, just because you can't have a second husband doesn't mean I can't have a husband and a wife.
Shit, that reasoning is sound.
I have to admit, it sort of is actually very sound.
I wasn't so sure if it was going to work when it was coming out, but it worked.
Because you've got one of each. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, see? You gotta go find yourself a wife, but you can't have Toto because
Shiba has long hair. Can he count?
You just want Shiba as a husband and wife.
Shiba's my wife, except it's just him, and he's a man. But if I call him my wife.
Alright, that sounds pretty sound.
Yay!
That works. You can have a man that's both your wife and husband. That
nice.
Works.
Only you
being
know.
Progressive. Nice. I'm glad to hear it.
only she knows. Wait, does that mean he doesn't know?
No, I feel like I would like call him my wife. No, be like, wife, come over here. Wife, teleport this person.
You'd be like, what the hell? Like, one of your slaves?
He's wife.
He is what?
Oh, I can't. Oh, this is. Oh God, I don't even know what to say anymore.
Hey, you know, if you can't be a part of the Shiba glazing, then you just need to just chill, and listen. What you gotta do.
This episode's really gonna be like a first half Azami, second half off topic.
And
Yep.
that's, you know what, and that's the fun of it.
That's what we're also dating this
literally-
video. We figured it out right now.
Yeah, we literally finished talking about the chapter like 20 minutes in, and the last 40 minutes has just been ADHD.
Oh boy, but going back to that, is there anything else we need to talk about with this chapter? I
really
think
don't
there
think
is.
so.
You know, that's a great question. Let me just scroll through every single page real quick.
Yeah, we talked about all of the Hakuri stuff, the Kudo stuff at the beginning. There's not really much to say of all of the, like, hey, there's this old guy in the Kamunabi who's been here for 18 years or whatever. I guess one thing that we didn't point out is the military ranking system that they used to have, or the army ranking system, and it pretty much just shows you, like, how powerful somebody is. But I mean, it's really simple. It's just like you got your general, lieutenant general, major general, colonel, lieutenant colonel, major, captain, first lieutenant, second lieutenant, and then just more things going down there. To be honest, when I was reading this, I'm like, all right, how do I fit this into One Piece's Marine rank so it makes more sense?
Literally.
Oh, guys, I just noticed something crazy, and I might be throwing out a crackpot theory here.
Throw it.
All right. Page 2 of chapter 79. I just realized that Kudo constantly has one of his eyes closed. So, tell me right now, guys, at Shaku's weird messed up sclera eye, which eye is it?
It's the one that, yeah, Kudo has closed.
Yes.
But also on the on page 1, he's got the opposite eye closed.
And all the other pages, he has the other eye closed too, the wrong one.
Wait, no, on page 1, does he?
Yeah, page 1, it's the wrong eye.
Oh, never mind. I thought I was putting more stock into your Traitor theory there for a second.
No, but on every other page, yeah, he's got the right eye closed. Because, like, the first panel that we see is the second panel on page 2. It's his right eye. And then on page 3, second panel, it's his right eye. The next panel on that page is right eye. And then we see it's his right eye all of the other times because we only see his left eye open. And then on the first page, it's just his left eye is closed. Honestly, I think this is something where we just have to go back and just look, because Kudo, we've seen Kudo a few other times in just like the Kamunabi headroom and all of that. We just really have to see if...
Yeah, we've seen him quite a few times. I can figure it out.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that could just... If it is important, then that means this page 1 is just a simple mistake. But more than likely, it's probably not even important. More than likely.
Yeah.
Kudo's just sitting there the whole time going, don't be suspicious. I'm not be suspicious.
If I have my eyes closed, you can't see me, right?
Alright, if I have one eye closed.
Okay, no, so in our podcast banner image that I made for us, we can actually see that in that image, Kudo's left eye is closed.
Oh, so it's the same as...
In that panel that I used there, which is different than what we see most of in this... It's just weird. I don't know. It's very weird that you bring this up all of a sudden. Yeah.
Yeah, he just like switches what eye.
I was
has
gonna. He
closed
just
all
switches
the
back and forth.
And then if we think
time.
at the end, very end of the chapter, where we just see a brief flash of Hakuri and Kudo, we can see the Kudo's left eye is open, which would presumably mean that his right eye is closed. That's just so weird. Yeah, that's weird.
That is weird. I don't know. I mean, it could just be a random quirky character detail that Hokazono decided to add to throw us off. Because,
Every
you
time
know
we
that
see it, is he
Hokazono's
spelling out
onto
like
us, right?
Morse code or something?
Dude, what if dot dot dash dot? Oh, like two panels with one eye closed is like a dash. Two panels with another eye closed is a dot.
We're too
That'd be
far
cool.
in.
Yeah, we're delving down a rabbit hole that should not be dug.
No, I think this is one of those theories that we just pocket, and then if it shows up later, we can be like, we thought about that, we didn't solve it though.
Right. Watch, Hokazono's watching our videos, and every time we get something right, he changes the story, guys.
So true, actually. I think
You're
that's
gonna
really
be-
sound.
you're
That
gonna be
means
wrong.
neither Kudo or the short Hishaku, or not the short Kamunagi member, neither of those are the traitor.
Yes, we're all wrong. It was Hiyuki the whole time. My
What?
wife betrayed us. My wife betrayed us, guys.
No. That's why you just
Oh.
call man your wife instead.
But if you think about it, Hiyuki uses fire powers, right? The Hishaku have a flame tattoo. It's all coming together. Hiyuki traitor.
Right.
Boom.
No, don't. Oh, let's not jump down that rabbit hole.
But if we say it, that
My
means
wife
it's
is
not right.
a traitor. I can corroborate. She is not a traitor. Okay, I love her. I'm married to her. We've been married ever since her inception as a character. She is not a traitor. I swear. I swear it on my heart.
You've got to believe it. That sounds pretty sound to me.
Yes, I have full belief in my wife. Okay, she will not be the traitor.
It's like I have full faith in my husband, Azami, Mr. Salt and Battery, that
What did I
he
tell
told me
you?
himself. He told me
What did I
himself.
tell you, Cal?
What did you tell me?
Told you get one. One man.
No. Yeah, no. I
Yeah.
get my wife Shiba and my husband Azami.
No, you get your wife Shiba and your husband Shiba.
No. No.
Anyways, I'm sorry. I think I interrupted you.
No, you're good. Well, no, you're not, because you just told me that I wasn't allowed to have my husband and wife, which is just ridiculous. But no, my husband Azami told me. Oh my God,
then
my
there's
monitor
more
turned
computer
off.
issues.
My monitor turned off. My husband is My husband Azami told me that he's also not the traitor, and he was actually quite offended by some people's accusations. But he told me not to repeat that part. He's a little shy about it.
All right, I'm sorry, Azami. All right, I know you're not the traitor. We have lost all hope of you being a traitor. Okay.
Azami, I never thought you were one. Just take that into consideration next time you're thinking about it.
I'll relay the message. I'll relay the message and let him know that you guys
You
said
know
that.
what, Glow? You know what, Glow?
What?
I think you're lying. I think you're lying. I think you did believe Azami was the traitor. Prove me wrong.
Alright, well, I've been covering this series for like 40 chapters, so go check out all those videos, then tell me if I'm wrong or not, alright?
Balderdash.
No. Oh no, guys.
I'm giving you a mission to
My-
prove this.
That's funny.
Oh,
my
no.
my sister overheard me in the other room, and she texted me and she said, "Wife Shiba, excuse me."
There's so much context just lacking in that one moment.
I mean,
Okay,
just no. Oh no. She's not questioning me calling him my wife. She's saying that because she kind of has more claim in Shiba than I do.
so you're just screwed.
After I get off this call, I'm gonna get beat up.
A new party's entered the battle.
Damn
I
it!
know, I
Damn
know.
it! She better not beat you up. I'll send the whole ass Kamunabi after her.
Oh, I know, no. We're just
I'll
okay.
send.
I'll have to
I'll
keep it. I'll
send
have
your.
to keep it on the DL that Shiba's also my wife.
I'll
Oh
just
wait, I
send
can
your
just
wife
get. I can
after
get
her.
around that logic by saying Shiba's her husband. Sounds pretty sound to me,
Oh, there you go. There you go. That's the most sound argument I've heard in days.
right?
Oh, okay. Did we miss anything at all?
I don't think so. I don't think
I
so.
think I
Well,
think we
if
got
you
it all
look,
pretty
every
early.
time we see Azami punch somebody, he uses the same fist. So that could mean a few different things. I'm sorry, that was
Okay, I
really
know.
bad.
No, that was
No, that was
gold.
good. That was really good.
Okay, Hokazono may be intentional, but I don't think he thought that far ahead. Nope, that's
Oh
it.
my
That's it right there.
gosh.
Yeah, that's the
Azami's
podcast.
fist.
We need to stop. We need to stop before we go any further. It's been our 2 hours going.
That was our peak. That was our peak.
That was the peak. All right, time for the falling action. The same fist. That killed me.
It's the same fist.
That killed me. I'm pretty sure that is even the one that
Alright,
he
let
used
me
to
check
just
volume 1
decimate.
again.
Yeah. We'll check volume 1, chapter 4, I think.
No, 4 was whenever he was fighting the doll sorcerer guy. But we can have this for next time, because I think we're sticking with Azami.
Yes. Stick with this one. Okay, I just need to know though, is it actually the same fist? Because that would be hilarious.
Okay, let me check out. Let me open the book real quick.
Wait, there is a whole analysis on Reddit that
Oh no, not the computer
I found
again.
a few months ago that it was a Reddit thread of what handed Kagurabachi characters are, because Chihiro's left-handed, and that makes me really happy because he's left-handed, and so I feel represented through Chihiro's left-handedness. And so when I looked up like, oh, Chihiro left-handed, it came up with the whole Reddit thread of like, it was like literally like they were doing like circling proof and stuff and like pulling up actual proof and evidence and reasoning of why like this character would be left-handed or this would be right. I'm pretty sure Azami was right-handed, but
Yeah,
I can look.
I just checked. It is the same hand.
Is it really?
Beautiful, we
it's
cracked
his,
the code.
It's his right hand. We figured it out.
We cracked the damn code. Oh, Hokazono, we've got you busted, buddy. Oh, well, I'm getting kind of exhausted because I was up all night. Any closing remarks, guys?
No, just that the episodes are now slowly getting put up. We still have a little bit of a backlog of like now 2 episodes to edit and get uploaded, but the first 2 are out, so you go check that out on the Kamunabi Headquarters YouTube channel or the Spotify page right now. We're going to try to get it on more podcasting sites, but it may be a minute.
Well, I mean, screw it. It's doing all right. I like it. Some dingus though. Some dingus decided to make the first comment on our first video though. Kind of reminds me of the Hishaku hideout. Yeah, no shit, dingus. I'm just kidding. It's almost like
That
I
is
gained
so
some
funny.
inspiration by it's almost like I gained some inspiration by watching them.
Hey, not a bad thing
That
to
is
get
so
inspiration
funny.
from.
No. Hey, if you gain anything from your enemies, it should be inspiration.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we see
And that is-
Chihiro doing.
That is a perfect way to leave this off. Perfect. Well, thanks for hopping on the call today, guys. As always, go check out Glowplasma and Calcan 7 on YouTube. They make the Bachi videos as well. Glow does a lot more than Kagurabachi, so if you're interested in any other manga or anime, go check out his channel. Yeah, thanks guys for coming out today. It was a pleasure as always.
Yeah, it was a good time. I definitely enjoyed ranting on for how long has the recording been going for so far? An hour and 11 minutes.
An hour
and
and 17 minutes.
And I feel like we are going to need to cut out like 7 of that where it's just us laughing hysterically. So.
Nah, leave it in for the lore.
Oh no, we're leaving in all the laughs, but any of the longer technical difficulties will seem like it never happened, you know?
Right. Alright, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Good luck with your huswife.
Thank you. I'll need it.
Thanks everybody who made it to the end of the video. My name's Karasu. I'd like to also give a thanks to Mikey, my editor, and big shout outs to Glowplasma and Calcan 7. Go ahead and go check out their channels. They do a lot of Kagurabachi stuff that's really cool. And big thanks to my friend Edo Serafino from Italy. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Till next time.